Alright guys, today we're going to handle a devil with a blue dress on. It's another snake gun. Let's check it out. Okay, we're out in the hideout. We're going to get started in a minute, but first things first, please click subscribe if you have not. We have a big time here. It's our 1911 channel. We try to always have fun. Make sure you click the little ringy dingy over there if you want to get notifications. See us on Rumble. Check out sgt1911.com. We're hearing good comments about the things we got out there, and a portion of it goes to help the kids over at St. Jude's Hospital. Okay, you ready to go? I'm ready. The other day, I did a video about one of the Colt's new King Cobra pistols. Now, it's a pretty thing. But if you guys have seen that video, you know I wasn't as happy and pleased with that handgun as I would have liked to have been or thought I would have been. And then I started doing some research, and sure enough, I find some other people have had some issues too. Nothing major, but for the reputation that Colt has for making these fine handguns and what I was expecting when I bought a Colt handgun, a little disappointed. Something similar to the way I was with the Emissary that Springfield came out. Not that I didn't like the gun, not that it was not a good gun, it just wasn't what I thought I was getting. You know, that said, we're going to talk about the Colt Python. And the Colt Python, you know, if you've never heard of one, you've been dead. The Colt Python it's a collector's handgun. It is made for the upper end of the handguns. They are hand fitted. They're polished. You know, they started making the Colt Pythons in 1955. In 1999, they made an announcement they were going to quit making them. And they did for the mass people. But it took them until almost 2006 to get caught up on their orders. And then they reintroduced them again like in 2020, I think. So, you know, we had a 5 or 6 year period where they were just trying to get their guns orders caught up. So we're talking about premium handguns, and we got one. Now, before I open the box on this one, you can see it's in one of the old Colt original boxes. And when I looked at the serial number, you know, this right here is going to say Colt revolver, 4-inch barrel, Colt blue. Now, Colt blue. When I say Colt blue, there's a reason they say Colt blue, and I hope that the lighting in here is going to be where you can see it. But this revolver, according to the serial number, was made in 1966. I was fortunate enough to come up on this handgun where someone had kept it unfired all those years. They knew when they got this handgun, it was a collectible handgun. They paid who knows what for it then, but this is what I've got today. It's a 4-inch Colt Python in blue. Absolutely gorgeous handgun. This thing here is what, 66, 40, almost like 60 years old. Somewhere in there, 48 years old, somewhere in there. I don't know, do the math. But it made in 1966. And it's got target sights on it. It's got the adjustable sights on it. You can see them on the top of the handgun. 4-inch barrel. Pistol wood grips, not the rubber that we're seeing today on some of them. You know, the handgun is absolutely, let me get my fingers back where you can see the side of it. And let me roll it around here just a little bit. I mean, you know, this thing is freaking sexy. Now, what I mean by Colt blue, that looks black, but it's blue. It is such a deep, polished blue. I made a comment the other day that some of these Colt handguns, the bluing is so rich, it almost looks like you reach through the color in order to touch it. Now, I'm going to open it up, and there's a few things I want you to see. Slide, this is a wheel. We got, let me turn around this way. What am I doing? There's the ejection rod right here. Look here on this cylinder, where the arm turns the cylinder. There's not even any wear there. See how the finish is not worn off of this thing? This handgun is still basically unfired. When I bought it and put it away. Mrs. Sarge 1911 has convinced me to start shooting some of my safe queens because, and this is why I'm doing it. I'm gonna die and pass away someday and leave that privilege to someone else. And I'm like, hell no, I'm gonna do it my damn self. So my son-in-laws, them boys out there watching this now, y'all are just too freaking late, boys, I got you. Anyway, it is an absolutely beautiful handgun. I'm gonna close the cylinder back up, turn it back around. I want you to look at the hammer on this thing. Man, it's gorgeous. And once again, like I showed you the other day, we'll turn it back around. Look how the cylinder release is. Look at the shape of it. Remember the one from the King Cobra? Look at the shape, you know, and we slide it back out. Man, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous handgun. Beautiful handgun. Now, here's one thing, you know, I looked at the Colt the other day, had about 5 pounds trigger on it, a lot more than I was expecting. You know, I was really disappointed in the performance of that handgun. But now, this one here, this is one of those that when we go back to the 60s where we had fine craftsmen sitting at the bench, their headlights on, picture it, their headlights on, smoking their cigarettes, sitting at the bench. This is before smoking was bad for your health. We go out there and they sit at these bench all day and they're working with fine tools, handcrafted. They're fitting things and polishing things in, you know, the 100,000ths of an inch. We're not running a piece of steel through the machine and push a pedal and press it out. We're not doing that back then. Back then we're making handguns. Now, these things come out similar to the King Cobra. You have a 2-inch, same thing, I think it's a 2-inch, a 2.5 inch, a 4-inch, a 6-inch, and 8-inch. You did not have the 3-inch. This is the 4-inch. Now we measure from here to here. But I'm gonna give you guys another little trick. There is a model Smith & Wesson 586 that looks similar to this, but you can tell a difference if you pay attention. If you pay attention about 2 ways. One, the way the cylinder opens. Remember, it's different. You can see that. If you can see that on the movie or picture, you'll know it's a Python versus a Smith & Wesson. And you can also count how long that barrel is by how many holes we have in here. So you just almost have to say each one of these, I'm going to give it a 2. So this would be 2 and 4. If it was a 6-inch, it'd be 3. If it was an 8-inch, it'd be 4. So it'd be 2, 4, 6, or 2, 4, 6, 8. And you can kind of cheat and know a lot about the handgun by looking at it from a distance without actually getting the opportunity to handle it. Now the side plate on this thing, it's virtually unseen where it goes together. You know, where the crane and everything works, it's just really, really fine fitted. Let me just kind of roll it over. You know, I've already bought a set of pistol grips to replace on the King Cobra with. This thing it'll stay an original. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to check the trigger on this one, whereas I checked the trigger on that one the other day, and it was just way out there. So let's see how good I can do it. And noticeable, guys, my old trigger gauge is old. You see we had trouble before, but I think this is going to be significantly better than the other one. That one's 3.3. Let me try that again. Yep, reset, clear, reset, ready. Let me try it. I gotta try to stay straight, and sometimes I get a little crooked. 3.12. So this thing's less than 4. It's half of what the new King Cobra is, and this one is an old Python. So here is another space where we can go back and say, look at the quality of the handgun back in the day versus the quality that we have now. That's why I'm going to pay 2 to 3 times as much for a handgun that was made back then than I do for one today. You know, they started making them again because there is such a high demand on them. I'm sure people like myself wouldn't pay, you know, $900 for a King Cobra versus $3,000 for a King Cobra. But knowing that, when you do know that, recognize, and that's one of the things maybe in my mind that I wasn't doing, you need to recognize I do have $1,000 handgun versus a $3,000 handgun. So what do you expect, right? Get what you pay for it. So, you know, I'm really excited to be able to bring this out and share this with you today. There's a few handguns that I have and a few rifles and stuff that are just absolutely top of the crop for me personally, for some reason or another, where it be a gift or whatever. But this one right here is one of the finer handguns that anybody's going to collect. It's a Colt Python 4-inch blue, absolutely gorgeous. But even though it's pretty to look at, it's got to go. Bang, bang, bang. So let's go. Okay, gang, we're outside the hideout. Like I said, we're out here with the 1966 4-inch blue Colt Python 357 Magnum, which is only had less than half a box of rounds run through it in its lifetime. I'm going to run some in it today to share with you. You know, it's got 6 rounds of 357 Magnum. Once again, I'm going to shoot 38 special in it. It is freaking awesome. You know, it is awesome. I'm blessed in many, many ways, and not just with this handgun, which it is, and that may sound weird to people who don't have that relationship or that love for the handguns that I do, but those of you who understand do, and those of you who don't, I hope someday you find out. So what we're going to do is load it up here with 6 rounds of 38 special, and we're going to shoot. And I'm going to shoot today probably more rounds through this thing, or my plan is, than have ever been shot through it. And I'm going to do a little experiment. But first, let's just close that baby up and pick out one of them little criminals. Like I said, double action and single action, just like the King Cobra. First, we're going to use some double action shooting. Oh man. Woo! Check those out. Let's load up again. Boy, who shoot some single action. Now these sights on it, I don't know whether the sights are accurate or not. They are adjustable sights, but this gun's not been shot enough to tell. But I'm gonna shoot some single action in it now, and I might draw down and try to shoot the smaller gong and see if they're that good, see if they're that close. I don't know. This weapon's older, but I don't know if it's not gonna hit either. Man, that one left in there. Let me close it back up and shoot it. I thought I had one left, but I wasn't sure. Look at that. Let me tell you something that I just realized. The shape of this trigger. Look at the shape of that trigger. How it wraps around the finger there. I mean, it's just like, it takes up half my finger. It don't take up a third of my finger. It literally covers almost half of my finger, and it is so smooth and slick. Now it's textured on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. So you can see if it's textured in there. We're gonna try to show it with a camera. I don't know if you can or not, but I tell you what, the way it feels in there is, dang, the way it smells. Damn. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We had a problem the other day with a King Cobra, to where every time I would try to fire rapidly, I'd fire off a round or two, and it would lock the handgun up. Now I'm gonna try to do the same thing today with this Python and see if we have the same problem. If we do, then I'm gonna say it's probably, maybe I'm not using the handgun right, because I don't shoot as much wheel gun as I do other stuff. All right, here we go. We're gonna see how fast we can go. I don't know. Maybe. Let me try that again. It may be I'm not resetting the trigger enough, and I just need to practice a wheel gun. I'm used to shooting those semi-automatics that go off a little faster. I did notice though, this one here did not lock up. So let's try it again. Nah, this thing runs like a freaking charm. You know what? Let's try it again. I'm gonna give it benefit of a doubt. Devil with the blue dress on, I'm telling you. There you go again. There's nothing wrong with this handgun. You know, obviously, here we go, we're gonna go again. We're gonna go back and say this handgun made in 1966. The other one's made in 2000. We just have better quality production of handguns back there. There's no comparison. We've got a handgun here that is absolutely gorgeous. It's flawless in every way. It fires, it doesn't lock up. It's just, I don't know what else you can say about it. The only thing better I think you could say about this handgun, if I was in your position, is to say it was yours, but it's not. Anyway, I'm just having a big time with you guys. I've been blessed, I'm lucky. I'm gonna load up again and shoot one more time. No, I'm not. I'm gonna shoot, just stand here and shoot. I ain't got but a few more left, and I can squeeze them off fast enough that it don't take too long to burn through a box. And I'm just gonna do it. Put these here in protection though. I'm sure you guys don't mind watching this right here. Watching the girl stroll down the street. Let's go for a stroll. There we go. Go for another walk. Another walk around the block. Like it, like it, like it. Pick out something else. Let's try this gong again. All right, smoke coming right back in my face. Ooh, booyah! Coming right back in my face. All right, what we got left? We got enough for one more round of them, and we're gonna wrap it up. I tell you what though, what I'm gonna do is, while I shoot these off, before I say anything else, let's just finish it up with this. I'm gonna shoot them up. Anytime you guys get the chance to go shoot, shoot safe, shoot straight. Hooah.